Hey, Flipping Awesome community, Dan Kalis here of the Kalis Brothers. What I'm about to share with you is something that you've been wanting, needing, and asking for the past year. Whenever we talk via email or the Facebook group with you, there's usually two main concerns that come up more than anything else. Number one, it's knowing where to start or what to work on first, what to work on next. Basically, in your particular case, a plan, if you will, something to execute on. And the second thing is funding. And actually, funding probably should be number one because it's more prevalent as far as being asked for. But as far as importance level, I think the plan is really what's actually more important, the underlying question. So we know that you probably do have information overload. There's so many things out there, free information, really good stuff, podcasts, blog posts, courses, whatever you're doing. And maybe you don't even know which information to start with, whether it's free or paid, like I said. And what that really means is that you want someone to direct you in the direction of what you should do next, depending on if you're focusing on wholesaling or rehabbing or some other kind of creative strategies. Giving assignments, as if you were actually getting mentored one-on-one or you were in a classroom type of environment, and someone to hold you accountable to your activities and goals. These are the kind of things that really make up that facet as far as being directed, not knowing where to go, okay? The problem is that this kind of thing costs a lot of money. A lot of you know that. We know that. There's people in our sphere of influence in our networks that charge, $10,000, $50,000. There's coaching programs that cost $100,000 a year and even $1 million a year in some cases, depending on what you're doing. Okay, so it can be really, really overwhelming. And so to get that kind of attention from somebody who actually is succeeding, it does take money. Otherwise, you're kind of just on your own. And sometimes just being on your own and not being able to ask those questions and get somebody's attention, even if it's in a forum that's free, is just going to prevent you from going to the next level. And so we've asked via email in the group if some of you guys would be interested in some kind of coaching program. And the response was overwhelming. I mean, we had at least 1,000 people, I haven't even checked the emails in a while, that said, yes, I would be willing to do it. Yes, I have some funds allocated that I could do this if it was affordable. And so that's what we're kind of getting into right here. We wanted to come up with something that was affordable. So unless, frankly, you're flat broke and you just don't even barely have enough money to pay your bills, the timing's probably not right for you if that's the case to actually start a real estate investing business. Just want to be straight with you. Now, there's other things that we can do to help you. Maybe, provide some resources to help you make more money at your job, encourage you to get another job. But I mean, if you don't have even the basic amount to move forward and invest in some education and some help, then you're probably not really ready to do that. But that's kind of another topic. And and if you're just a little bit beyond destitution, you're kind of living paycheck to paycheck, but you want to go to the next level, we can relate with that for sure. And we've been there. I mean, you may need a different type of opportunity to kind of brush up on your selling skills, your networking skills, maybe raise some personal cash, sharpen, selling, negotiating, marketing, things like that before you dive in, but you're a little bit closer. So real quick, back to the two main issues. Funding. Here's our realization on this topic. As Joe and I have been in the business for the past 2 years, providing funding through unsecured lines of credit and working capital through a brand that we run called Funding for Flipping. A lot of you are familiar with that. And we've helped hundreds of investors get unsecured funding to start and grow their business. Through our, we have a subscriber base of people that have come in interested in funding of over 100,000 people. We have an active Facebook group that's a private group many of you are part of that's over 4,000 right now. And so because of that, we have a really unique perspective on the real estate investing space because we're providing funding. We're talking to investors. We're seeing what you need, what you don't need, what's really working. It's kind of like if you were talking to a restaurant owner who's ever owned one restaurant, or you've talked to the food supplier who deals with hundreds, if not thousands of restaurants on a daily basis. They probably have even a different and maybe even a better understanding of how to make it in the restaurant business because they're seeing what's working, what's not, and they have that frame of mind. So that's what we're hoping to bring to you here. Anyway, so the bottom line is that if you have a problem getting funding for your deals, if that's what you're kind of focused on, the reality is that you either just haven't searched Google and found the hard money lenders because they're out there and they want to give you money if it's a good deal, or you really just don't have a deal worth funding, okay? That's really the fundamental issue. And this is why it helps to have somebody who can actually walk you through the process, look at your deals, help you analyze them. You're not going to get that if you just go into one of the top Facebook groups, even the Flipping Awesome group or anything else. You're not going to get people on a regular basis to look at your deals and give you feedback on that. So this is why it's important to have a coach. Yeah, I got my Cubs hat on. Go Cubbies. And so trust me when I say that if you have a house under contract at a good price you present it professionally, and you have good, either after repair values, or better yet, secure the property at a good discount, 30% or something of the as-is value, you're going to have joint venture partners and hard money lenders, wanting to fund you for sure. So if there's an issue, there's something deeper. You're looking at the symptom, and we need to go to the cause. So we figured out an amazing solution on how to get help for you to get better at sourcing deals, analyzing deals, and have a much easier time getting funded, and possibly even just wholesaling the deal to another buyer. So most of you probably aren't even really ready to be doing rehab deals. You come in, you kind of want to do that because that's kind of what you see other people doing, and sometimes your concern is, I need to get a loan to fund this property, but that could take up to 6 months. I mean, you could have money tied up, money that you don't have. It's going to take a long time to get paid, and you're kind of skipping over the strategy of wholesaling, of getting something under contract, getting good at marketing, negotiating, and then flipping it to another investor, building your buyer list. You don't even have to have funding for that, and you're going to be able to make checks of $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 to start building up your own reserves, and that's really important. This is something that we want to be able to help you do. It really is a mindset shift. I was talking with one of our community members recently, and he's done some flips, and he said, I haven't done wholesaling yet. I feel insecure about it. I don't know. And I said, I think that's probably easier than what you've already done. You just haven't done it, but you're throwing away leads that are coming through that you don't have the capital for when you could be making thousands of dollars. So anyway, here's what we're working on. We have a couple of really good friends who are out of Southern California, 7-figure real estate investors. They're not necessarily famous. They don't have, actually, one of them does have a TV show, or did have a TV show. So I'm saying they're not. It's not like Tarek and Christina. It's not like our incoming president, who's a real estate investor. But these guys are in one of the most competitive markets in the country, Southern California. And if you can succeed there, you can succeed anywhere. So we're actually really excited to formally announce, finally, the launch of the Flipping Awesome group coaching program, which is also going to be known as the Find It and Fund It system. Okay, it's something these guys have been putting together on their own as well, and we kind of merged together and said, can you provide this coaching and this one-on-one coaching, and give time, give interaction to our members as an exclusive package? And they said, yes, let's do that. So we've been working on that, and we've surveyed you guys, and more than 1,000 of you said that you'd be interested in that. So we'll see if we can get some people started here really soon. So you're about to get that chance to enroll in class, and there's gonna be more details here in a moment. But one of these friends that we were talking about, that's a coach, is none other than Chris Bedgood. He was the star of A&E's reality channels. A&E channel reality TV show Flipping San Diego. You've seen all the Flip This, Flip Boston, Flipping This, Flip or Flop. He was one of the 2 stars on that show. Pretty cool, right? And so we wanted to create an affordable program based on all their experience, and just give you the accountability and the guidance that you needed. So if you actually want to learn more about this exciting new program, you need to register for this upcoming presentation that we're doing online, where we, along with our partners Ryan and Chris, will go into detail about how the program works, and it could be the very thing that you need to get over the hump and start doing deals. So keep in mind that, again, we're limiting this class to 100 students. So if you want to get in, you need to enroll right away. We do have 100,000 plus email subscribers, and more than 4,000 Facebook group members. So the 100 spots is probably going to fill really, really fast. Okay, so you could wait for the webinar if you want. I mean, it's a presentation. If you want to wait for that, you want to go through that whole information, and then you want to enroll, that's fine. But we've provided a link below that if you actually want to enroll, before you even do that, if you just know you want to be part of it, you can click on the link below this video, and you'll be able to get in right away and secure your spot in the first 100. So we are going to have some subsequent classes after that. We don't know exactly when it's going to be, but if you want to get on that, you're going to have to get on there right away.